pattern changes in the offing as we get towards the first part of April. And today's forecast, we're going to talk about the extended and what that could mean for temperatures and severe weather. Diving right into the flow pattern here, I have the GFS, which is one of the global models on the left, and the European, another global model on the right. Pretty much showing a ridge of high pressure as we get towards the end of March here, and mostly a zonal flow here with some troughs on the east and west coast here, but nothing major going on. Pretty quiet conditions, I would say, to start this. Okay, and the GFS on the left wants to bring a trough through as we get towards the first part of April here. Okay, and the euro, let's take a look at the euro here. This is the second back to the first. All right. Yeah. So that's the same time frame of interest. So pretty much agreement here. Surface, well, mid-level high pressure along the eastern seaboard. Trough digging out west here. All right. So what does that mean at the surface? It would mean warmer temps to the east here. Okay, and cooler temps out west. Finally, right? Except for maybe the desert southwest here. Okay. Um, and you can see this flow right here. All right, it's interestingly, if we get an enhanced mixed layer, which is the dry air off the desert here into the mid levels, that could help with the capping inversion and severe weather chances. Although if it's too strong, it keeps severe weather from happening. Anyway, here we go with it. So let's move this forward a little bit longer, a little bit further here. GFS, we're going into the second here. The trough swings to the east. Maybe some different mid-level features moving through the flow here. This is the second. Okay, we're at the fourth now. Okay, and a little bit difference here in timing. Get to the fourth, 8 a.m., 8 p.m. here. You know, of course, when we get this part far out, there's going to be some differences. So on the right, you see the euro is hanging this trough further back and more progressive with the GFS, with maybe a ridge building out west here as we get towards the 5th of April. All right, so this is both the same time frame. You see how progressive the GFS is, and the euro wants to keep that ridge firmly in place to the east here. If we go for along with the euro on the right, the ridge never really breaks down. Okay, with a GFS, you got a much more progressive pattern here, and another trough moves to the east by the end of this run. So this is the 9th and this is the 8th. All right, so this doesn't go quite as far because it's an earlier run, right? But anyway, you can see the differences when we get this far out. So going back to the first part of April here. All right, this is our time frame of interest, really. First part of April. What's it look like at the surface here? Let's take a look real quick. You can see how the euro and GFS agree with the warm temps in the eastern seaboard, right? And the GFS wants to be more progressive and bring the cooler temps down to the east with that trough, right? East of the Rockies, right? All right, so get through the 4th with the euro. And you can see how it's not as aggressive with this. It takes a lot longer to push that trough through and keeps the warm air to the east here. So what's it look at the surface for precip? Let's take a look. GFS on the left, Euro on the right. This is showing the surface features and precip here. Some differences here with a low ejecting off the Rockies in the northern tier of the U.S. May bring in some freezing rain and snow on the backside of this system. Maybe some Gulf moisture return here as we get towards the 2nd of April, which could lead to severe weather here. We'll just have to see how this plays out. The euro is a little bit more delayed with this, although it's somewhat similar solution on the right. As we get a little further out, Now we have a deeper trough digging here, and with the Euro, and you have more chances for heavy rainfall and severe weather here, getting towards the 6th, 3rd, 4th. See how progressive this system is. And wants to bring a surface low, the GFS will bring a surface low off the Gulf here. If the trough digging down to the south here would bring that to the north. So pretty uncertain given how far out it is. I think the certainty resides in a trough digging along the eastern side of the Rockies and low pressure um, providing the lift necessary to get severe weather, but the details have to be worked out. One thing I think is for sure that out west temperatures will cool down, but in the eastern seaboard, you can see the high pressure at the surface will lead to very warm temperatures in the coming days.